Welcome. It's Psychic Tuesday, and I'm your guide, Bernice Bisson. We're going to start at the top with the astrology for the next 7 to 10 days using traditional Western whole house astrology. And you can listen to each message. I'm going to go through all 12 signs, and you can listen to each message for your sun, moon, and rising. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with Aries at the top. And the first one is around concessions and exclusions and the detailed print of things. Don't make any decisions on a whim, Aries. There could be serious contracts that you're going to look at. There could be really things where you're going to sign your name and make commitments. And I feel like really good for you. It could be a lease, it could be a mortgage, it could be buying or selling a property, it could be a job offer. But look at the details there next 7 to 10 days. You're in a position of liquidity, you're in a position of liquidating, making a better cash flow for yourself or selling some stuff off. You're going to have lots of opinions and you have your right to these opinions, but please choose the right audience for those opinions, Aries, because you can find we have a bit of a Pluto mashup, Pluto and Mars mashup this week. And this next, and then we've got Venus and Mars together that you're entitled to your opinions, but I feel like find the right audience for them. You might encompass people's secrets. You can encompass people's insights. You don't get trapped into people's secrets, meaning you're trapped having to keep the secret when you know maybe ethically you shouldn't, or you might feel that there's a sort of ethical question. So keep that in mind. The next 7 to 10 days, my little Aries. Excellent. Tauruses. Hello, Taurus. Sun, moon, rising. The planet Uranus is sort of making a big move this year in a couple of months into Gemini, your second house of what you value. And so really unexpected turns of events for you. You could find that places that you thought were in business before are closed or had gone solvent. You could find that you have this whole thing around shedding or letting go of the past, and that could be past places you've haunted, past places you like to go out, you like to get entertained by or through. You'd find there's some weird closures of things like that, and you could hear rumors over the next 7 to 10 days, and that there's also something around bosses, new bosses, changes of bosses, restructuring bosses, or you becoming a boss. But changes and unexpected turns of direction or restructures lead to new leadership. This is a time where you could be multitasking like crazy. You could be doing this, doing that, all at the same time. I feel like slow it down. I feel like you're being asked to exercise your power through your judgment and integrity and thought and deliberateness and mindful and methodical. And so if you rush through, I feel like you could find yourself really clumsy in these areas. This is a time that you might unload a few indulgences of yours, whether it's coffee or chocolate or smoking or something. And that it's a time that you could be making choices around living up to your own standards. You could have set some goals for yourself for health or wellness or for your finances. And it's time to live up to those standards. And I feel like you have a healing miracle about. And so if you've been focused on your wellness in any way, mental, emotional, or physical, all good for you. It feels like it's going to come together. And you'll see signs of this next 7 to 10 days there, Taurus. So Gemini, sun, moon, rising. Boy, you've got a whole plethora of planets, Uranus and Jupiter, that's going to be consolidating in your sign, conjuncting in your sign, particularly when we get to May, June around your birthday, because you also have the sun joining them. So add some action there. It's a metamorphosis. It's like maybe you're feeling like you're in a cocoon a little bit. And then come your birthday, you really have this large expansion and really unexpected. And there could be new openings, and that could be openings for new openings to live somewhere, new openings for a job, new openings for you, and new possibilities. And I feel like what feels a bit stuck or stagnant is just allowing you to percolate a little bit. And that there's a proposal in the air, some sort of proposition or proposal that will come to you that will be quite good, and you could purify, and that means letting go of old things. You could let go of old habits, ways, employers, partnerships that haven't been doing well for you. There's a new cycle. So where there's been endings, there's whole new possibilities of beginnings. So if you're looking to get pregnant, Gemini, the next 7 to 10 days and the next few months are all very fertile in brand new things. And it's a time of contemplation and about what you do really want. And that truly all messages of communication are really important to you right now. Your ruling planet, Mercury, is about to go retrograde. So old conversations, old bosses, old things, old partners from the past. You could have new propositions. You could be closing things out, just like the caterpillar in the cocoon, ready to spread their wings, and a bit of a struggle ahead of you to break out of the cocoon and really spread your wings there, Gemini. And you're going to have the power of Uranus and Jupiter joining you the next few years, but this next 2 years very particularly, and you get taste of it next 7 to 10 days. Okay, then we've got Cancerian, our little crabs. All right, little crabs. The next 7 to 10 days, there is a bit of a victory for you. Could be, hey, I was right. And you could be like, see, I was right. I feel like you could have things around busking, street musicians, festivals, outings. That can include, even if like, people live in a cold environment, it could be like going to places where they have live music, could be really healing for you. You have a victory that's for you. And I feel like, and it's in your chosen effort. And it could be things like, not tasks that have been given to you, but tasks you initiated. Whether it's your own business or volunteer effort, it's quite successful. In terms of tasks you did not initiate, like a job, you could find that you have to grow a backbone and you have the energy to do it. Not only do you have the backbone to challenge it, but you have the energy to follow through on maybe what you've said to bosses, what you've said to coworkers, what you've initiated. You could see some significant changes that your boss didn't think of that you could offer up. And I feel like it could be quite good for you in terms of your work. And, it's laughter and joy are contagious. This is a time for you to play and that you could be especially witty and just, being able to charm people right now and over the next, even right up to your birthday. And that you have new ideas, or you might be implementing new concepts, new ideas, and new ways of being. And again, I feel like this could be very much on the work front around processes, and that you could be quite innovative in terms of what's coming up around that. And this could be about you really loving yourself and molding a job best suited to you. And it could be within even a current context where you're able to revamp roles or what you're doing to make you happier and in your day to day life of happier. Like, maybe working smarter, not harder, having a better balance with being able to hide out at home as well. And working. So I feel like these two things are going to come together for you, and you get taste of this over the next 7 to 10 days. Leo, sun, moon, rising, Leos. There is big news headed your way. And I feel like you could be highly amused by it. Even bad news. You might be like, that's Murphy's Law at work. That's just fair. So I feel like the news that's coming is quite illuminating. And I feel like it's going to come into existence that you've never really been aware of before. And it could be a brand new insight. It could be something that's pointed out to you, something that your friend brings up. And I feel like, every sign, symbol, word, conversation is of huge importance to you symbolically this next 7 to 10 days, really pointing you in the directions you need to go in. So I feel like you don't have to look too far for signs. I feel like they're going to be showing up quite a bit. And a lot of it is around your liberation, setting yourself free and setting yourself into new directions and new motion. And I feel like, you're going to just live and your energy will come alive. And you have this power for endurance and survival. And I feel like, you might be able to choose something different, or there's news that's coming in that you're going to find that maybe doesn't feel so hard. And I feel like hold on to your responses. Don't just react right away. I want you to formulate a response or formulate how you're going to respond to some of this news. You might have to digest it for a little bit. And I feel like you could just, you could be preemptive. You could volunteer for the news as opposed to just accepting what's offered. And you're going to be very much looking at where you live, where you are, where you're living right now. It could come up for you in a really, really important way. And you could deal with it the next 6 months, certainly by your birthday. But again, you can have taste of this the next 7 to 10 days. Okay. Virgo, sun, moon, rising. There's surprises a minute, and I feel like you have the south node of karma in your sign, really helping you clean up a couple of areas all around partnerships, past, present, future. It's going to be like you're going to say, I'm not going to be a sucker anymore. And I'm going to go after what I want. I'm going to make a commitment to me and what I want and what I'm looking at in relationship. And then you could have something surprising, like you could have a surprise love offer. You could have a surprise contact with someone from your past. You can run into them and you might be surprised at what's offered. But remember, don't settle for too little. You have a new sense of value now. Adhere to your own words or advice or promises. Don't stray from them. I don't want you to kind of go off on other people's whims. And I feel like hold on to your inner guidance, your inner strength. Focus on yourself because I feel like it could be complicated. Contentment. This is going to be something about finding peace with yourself. That's all you're really looking for is that, am I happy? Am I settled? Is my anxiety tame? Am I feeling a bit tamer? And that's going to be very much on your mind because Virgos, when they have anxiety or stress, they feel it in their stomach for sure, or their digestive tract. That they're safe havens. And I feel like that could be your house. You could be hidey a little bit, or you could find a vacation that provides you a bit of a safe haven, a bit of a place to get away from. You're going to find that all your inner sources and resources are going to be asked of you to really get super focused on a project or your work, and it's going to require everything of you. You're going to have to manage. If you have ADHD, you're going to have to manage that because I feel like you're going to have to follow through something right to the end, your word, your promise, or your work directives. And you will see progress moving forward. You might see a windfall. You could see some nice bonus checks, things that you're going to see your efforts paid off with. Libra, sun, moon, rising. Hello, Libras. This is a time that you might find you just had the shift in karma with the south node moving out of your sign, that there's an ending to cycles for you. This is a big ending. And if I were to go back 3 years ago, and if I were to go back to 2017, and if I were to go back to 2012, these are some cycles that you would be ending in terms of what's going on in your life. And you could be really excited about new ways of working in the future, new opportunities around work. There could be some role changes where work might have made you feel like anxious, or you might have feel like piled up on top of at work, or that you were feeling a bit under the gun, and it could have been stressful. And I just feel like you're going to be able to really manage that in some way. And I feel like you're just going to surrender to the review, the perspective, the guidance, that the advice you could be given through people at work. You are passionate about what you do. They see that, they know that your passions are there. I feel like it's going to come out in a big way for you. And I feel like you're going to have, with Mercury retrograde coming, you're going to have lovers from the past coming out of the blue. And I feel like there's someone very much you might have your heart set on, and that you might have held a torch for a while, that I feel like there could be a bit of a conversation that could pop up for you in an unexpected way. You might get signs of that even in the next 10 days or so. Scorpio, sun, moon, rising. Oh, Scorpios, hang in there, guys. This is a time where you have to beware of silver-tongued devils, people stealing your time, energy, money. Don't get scammed. No one is phoning you, threatening anything. No scam, because I feel like there's going to be something around you. You have to be very guarded about what you're sharing, oversharing, what people are telling you. You're going to have to double check everything. Don't believe what you're reading in the media or the news. I want you to do your due diligence and really go to, your inside guts and see what they're saying to you. I feel like it could be because you're overloaded and you're just trying to get a bunch of stuff done. I want you to pay attention to the details. I feel like you could renounce old habits, renounce people from your past, renounce old behaviors. You could be on a mission to really move your life forward, really dedicate yourself to your talent or higher obligations in your world. Something really big for you this way, something that you might have been a real passion project or something you wanted to move forward. I feel like you still have a bit of work to do, but you're going to be able to really move forward, particularly come the time of Taurus. Around May, you might see some real payoff for the effort that feels thankless right now. You might see the payoff come May. All right. It'll be unexpected travel for you Scorpios too. Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising, our Saggies. This is a time of renewal, and this could be renewing your health, your vigor. you could finally be receiving the help you needed, you requested, that you've sought out. I feel like you could be changing your body, your wardrobe, your home environment, your look. There's something about that for Sagittarians that they're going to really find what gives them meaning. So, for instance, if it's clothing, it's not fast fashion. It would be very signature pieces. If it's renovations, you would take your time to do them well and do them right. I feel like this is a time of remedies for you, finding remedies to your finances, finding remedies to ails and small aches and ails. You can find some good remedies or medicines or a good doctor or somebody who's really helping you be stronger, be well, really take care of your wellness and health. And I feel like you're being given preference in a lot of ways where you could be a bit of a golden child a little bit and find that you get picked, you get selected, you get thought of. And maybe tapped on the shoulder, and I feel like feels pretty good. And I feel like whatever you're being tapped on the shoulder, be willing to show up knowing what you need to know. Don't come unprepared. Capricorn, sun, moon, rising. Boy, you got rid of Pluto, and I bet you that feels kind of good. I feel like this is going to be a time where, with your birthday, some festivities. So you could be invited out. You could have people coming back from your past. I feel like look back over your last year and take satisfaction in all the things you made it through. You successfully accomplished living through every single day 100%. And I feel like you're very focused now on your happiness. You're not spending your well earned money or time or energy on things that aren't bringing you happiness. You're not going down there anymore. And I feel like you're going to start to see proof of this for you, like where you decide you're going to create boundaries to keep yourself happy. You're going to find that boundaries are going to be easy to keep. You're going to find that you're going to get signs and symbols about what your happiness, and you're going to see the evidence of it. And I feel like you could be in, people can hold you in favor. You could be the favorite at work. You could be picked as somebody that is the favorite. And I feel like to what's relevant going on into your life. And I feel like everything might feel very relevant, running into people. You could have unexpected crossing of paths, unexpected phone calls, things like that, that turn out to be very distinct signs and symbols for you about what you're going to be able to celebrate. But I feel like Capricorns, you're walking through a new door. And I feel like this new door, where you might have had a big fight on your hands this last year, what felt kind of challenging, even if it was struggling with your own demons, this is time now for you to really move ahead. Aquarians, hello Aquarians, sun, moon, rising. We've got you really looking at where the harvest is, where the gold is, where the benefits are. You could be really practicing gratitude. You could be really practicing getting art. You could be doing coding, logic. You could be reorganizing your house, really kind of finding your organization. And that this is going to be a time that things your knowledge, your mental wellness is winner, winner, chicken dinner, working on reading books, mental exercising, research, development, anything around that is great for you. Be careful of exhaustion and tiredness, get your rest. And this is going to be a time where you're going to be very interested in biographies, getting to know other people, getting to know what's around your city. I think you're going to be excited around spring coming this year for many Northerners, and that this is a time where you're going to feel sustained, or that maybe you have just enough to get by. It's just enough for right now, and you have hopes of more coming in the future. So that feels pretty good too, and very much around your mental wellness, your finances, being appreciated, and opportunities to join in with others. Pisces, sun, moon, rising. Pisces, you have two key planets which are moving out of your sign this year. I mean, Neptune has been in your sign for the last 14 years, so it's been pretty big. And you're going to have lots of tastes of this over the next few months, very particularly. The California fires are something that are very much around this transit of Neptune into Aries coming. And we've gotten a taste of it, and we're certainly going to have a taste of it now and as we move forward. And that as Neptune moves into Aries, we're going to see a lot of things around prescriptions, medications, things like that. But for you, it's going to be really around psychedelic, psychic, your psyche expanding, taking fire, taking action, moving forward on things like that, your spirituality, your emotional wellness. how you feel about people, places, events, and jobs is going to be top priority for you because it's going to be about you finally just feeling good and that you surround yourself with things in your life that really make you feel good. Okay. Now, I've got Gladys in Philadelphia. Gladys, hello.
Hi there.
Hey, Gladys. Now, I've only got about 8 minutes. I'm going to spend them on you because I tend to talk a lot about astrology before I get on. And so my name is Bernice Bisson. I'm at bernicebissonpsychic.com. I'm here to help you today. How can I help you?
Hi, Bernice. I was just wondering about my future.
Oh, I love future questions. Well, let's do this. Let's work a bit with your birthday. What's the day and month of your birthday, Gladys?
12/28.
Oh, Capricorn. You know, it's a bit of if I think about your future, it's like if you were standing at the edge of a great wall and you were looking over all the land, it could feel overwhelming and big and expansive, and that not directionless, but there's all kinds. It's like a bit of an abyss, and you're going to have to make some decisions about the direction you want to go in. And I feel like, Gladys, you are a natural mentor, teacher, helper, supporter, somebody that can build people up, carry people through, and move them in a new way. And you're going to really rebuild your own mobility, your own, that could be your legs, your lower back, your neck, and your mobility, and really rebuilding strength. And you're going to really about getting out there. And I feel like helping other people through mentorship, guiding, advising, counseling, something about you're going to be a real gift, and that you have every opportunity open. So if I think about that, I feel like in this next 12 months, you could be asked to travel a little distance. I feel like you were in New Hampshire. Was that where you were?
No,
Oh,
Philadelphia.
oh, you're in the US, correct?
Yes, I'm in Philadelphia.
Oh, Philadelphia. Sorry, my bad. I didn't read fast enough when the producer put it up. Sorry, my bad. Um, but there's something very much about you possibly visiting another state, going to see people you know away, being able to finally travel or get out of where you're at. I feel like there's also something really important about other people's health and well-being and you providing support to them. And there is a man that's around you that there might need some health support or might need your support in some way. And that over the next 12 months, I feel like this man he could have more hospital, surgery, health, or procedure. You're helping people recover, helping with recovery, helping people doing some sort of recovery as well, which I feel like is going to be a bit of a theme. But in a way, I feel like if I think about finances, I feel like finances they come beneficial in the terms of some sort of financial benefit or payout. I know people have work and their job money, but I don't know that I'm talking about that for you. I feel like there's something about your money that could come through an insurance payout. It could come through some sort of financial payout to you that you're very pleased about, or you're very happy that you have some money in your hands, and that it could be a long time coming, or it could just be that you are there's something about your income, and I don't know that I mean job related. I feel like I mean something that could come out as a payout that seems to benefit you. I feel like it puts conclusion or closure to a few things around you. So I feel like that feels pretty happy around that. The word therapy keeps showing up around you, where you could be hoping somebody's having therapy or hoping that, because I feel like you are sort of a wise counsel that people might just naturally come to you for counseling, therapy, advice. And I feel like this is going to be a bigger theme around therapies for people around you, and that I feel like you're going to be very helpful there. Now, if I think about your love life, if I think of romantically, Gladys, I feel like you could be on your own a lot. Like you could have someone around, but I feel like this next year is going to be very much about where you're going, your plan, getting out, your thing. Maybe they can't, they won't. They could be hermity. They could be maybe you'll maybe focus on your friends more or your friend circle more and your network or collective more. I feel like it's going to be a real. I think between romance and your friend circles, for some reason, I feel like your friend circles. Are far more benefactor to you or your networks of people, far more beneficial to you. And you could even have invitations from them. They could come see you, you could go see them. I also think that you could or may have already written off some family, um, written off a few family members, and you could have friends who are like family, and so you can have some really close friends or people in your circle that are going to be very helpful to you this next year, actually the next 6 months, even particularly the month of June comes up as very key, the end of June, and that your friend circles, people whereas with family there could be where you could write off a few people. You might have done that already.
Already
but
have. Yes, I have.
Yeah, that's okay. You owe nothing to nobody, and you don't owe them an explanation at all. Because I feel like Gladys, you were the cycle breaker in your family, and
I
that.
certainly am.
Sorry.
I said I certainly am.
Yeah, and you had to hand out some hard truths, and
But
there there's a man around you who's not well. He keeps coming up. I don't know if you know what I mean just yet, but like infection or something. And I feel like he's going to wind up getting medication. You might be bringing him to the doctor because I feel like maybe he doesn't listen.
Yeah, there is. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And I feel like you'll have to bring him to the doctor or that he needs something looked at. And it could be an infection, and the right medication can help him. And I'm not a doctor, of course. I'm really giving medical advice. Spirit just wants me to tell you this. And you have a woman who's like a sister in spirit. She's like that. She's really beautiful. And I feel like she died of illness, and she seems to show up really strong around you. And I just feel like she's got your back, and she's got a big laugh. And I just feel like, I bet you miss laughing big and hard and loud. And I just feel like...
I know who that is. I know who that is, yes.
Yeah, and you are loved. You are loved. And I feel like getting back together with your friends or getting in touch with your friends, there's something quite joyous coming up, even in the next, I'm going to say next month or so, around some news. And thank you. And thank you for tuning in to Psychic Tuesday. And with Sweet Bee, I'm Bernice Bisson. You can find me at BerniceBissonPsychic.com and A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck Television. I will see you in 7 days.